to Black Americans and their treatment by police. And then you have a third group, the group that has been responsible for the violence and a lot of the looting that you've seen. If you walk here through Center City, you can see that companies, businesses closed, shut down, their windows busted in. And police say that when it comes to those people who have been inciting violence, they've already issued about 215 arrests as early as this afternoon. Many of those were in violation of last night's curfew, which began at 8 p.m. Police said they had Molotov cocktails, bricks, rocks thrown at them just this afternoon. And because of this, Lester, you've seen the texture of this city change in the past few days. This is not the Philadelphia that most of us know, love, and understand. Right now, SEPTA has suspended services here to Center City, which, as we mentioned, is the heart of a lot of the unrest and the clashes that you saw earlier today. The governor has issued a state of emergency. The National Guard has been authorized. You have state police at the ready. And the mayor has asked people to stay inside until tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. He has also suspended all government city services here through Monday. And he's asking people to stay home and make sure that this city can stay safe. Lester?
Because we're about a quarter mile from the I-35 West Interstate Bridge, where there had been a massive protest gathered. And about an hour ago, Lester, a truck driver drove into the crowd, scattering thousands of people. Now, fortunately, we've just confirmed no one was injured when that truck driver drove into the crowd. The crowd reportedly pulling that driver outside of the vehicle. Authorities confirming that driver has been taken to a nearby hospital and that they have since cleared that bridge. In the meantime, we've just fallen in with this crowd of at least several hundred people who were part of that initial protest and are now moving their march this direction. They're here for George Floyd, Lester, and they want to make a clear delineation between the peaceful protests that we've seen during the day and the violence that we've seen occur at night. And they made a point that the police moved in on them unprovoked just a second ago on the bridge. And that's the tenor of the city here in Minneapolis right now, Lester. People are trying to heal, but at the same time, certain incidents that take place only seem to raise the tension here in this place. Everyone hoping that justice is served, but also pointing out, Lester, that only one officer has been taken into custody of those four that were involved with George Floyd's death.
Been protesters and demonstrators who were playing a cat and mouse game with officers. We've been hit with rubber bullets. We've had tear gas fly in the air, and police are trying to push these pockets of crowds out of certain areas. It is a very fluid and dynamic situation right now. For the most part, the protest behind me and just up the street here is peaceful, but that was not the case a short time ago. We saw rocks, bottles, and other objects being thrown at officers who were returning fire with rubber bullets and gas canisters. People are certainly very concerned here. The protesters have scattered across this region. But one thing is clear, while there is a heavy law enforcement officer on the ground and also in the air, they have lost some businesses here to looters. We saw several businesses getting looted for several minutes. You can hear the sirens in the background. It's a fire truck coming down the street here because we're told not far away there's actually a small fire that has erupted. So this is a situation playing out here, Lester, in Santa Monica. A curfew is now going to be enforced by officers, but they have lost control of some neighborhoods. Lester?
Being escorted by police as well. A number of individuals marching on Lamar now, ostensibly, we believe, headed now to DPD headquarters. We'll update you, of course, at 10 o'clock.
All that was lost.